Today I'd like to talk about a do-it-yourself soda stream. This is the genuine article, but with 2 soda bottles and, some yeast and sugar, we can make our own soda stream maker. Yes, you also need 2 of these bicycle connectors. I'm going to take the short one and I'm just going to cut it in half. So it's rubber, but now it's cut in half. Now notice that the male or the nut, the bolt fits into the nut of this one, and vice versa. Here's the other half will fit onto here. So in other words, the 2 ends now have got something that will join and act like a nut and a bolt. So that's how we're going to attach it to the lid. So take the lid of your bottle and a drill and drill a hole. Just have a look here. So there's your drill bit. The drill bit is the same size as your little connector. You'll see it's also got a little rubber washer there, and that's what's going to make it sealed. So I'm going to take the lid, aim for the middle, and there we've got a hole in the top of the bottle top. I'm going to do that with a second bottle top. And so now we've got 2 holes. So now we take our main connector, we connect it through the bottle top, and we made the hole as small as possible. That may be a little too small, so I'm just going to drill it some more. And that will screw through there. So we're screwing this through, and now that it's screwed through, I can take this other half and put it on this side. So that's going to screw on inside there, and that's going to form our airtight seal. Do it with the other. I can see this one also needs just a little bit more drilling out. So we're going to push this through. Again, let's just do it. Be careful for your hands. And that's going to be, we take our bottle cap, we screw this through. It's got to be as tight as you can make the hole. So I'm not worried about that being tight. So we screw that in. And now that's come through there, and now we're going to screw that onto here. And so now we've got our 2 bottle caps, but this one I did the wrong direction, so let's just push that through there. The 2 caps must face outwards, and then we screw that on. Screw that through a little bit more. There we go. Tighten them, and now we can take this bottle cap and screw it on here, and this bottle cap and screw it on here, and there we go. Now into the one we're going to put sugar and yeast. So let's take this one. Take a funnel, pour in your sugar, cup of sugar, and then you're also going to take one of these packets of dry yeast, throw that in, and then as much, say half of that with warm water. So you've got your cup of sugar, your yeast and warm water, and that is going to make your carbon dioxide when it ferments. So there we go. This is now all ready. Fill this with water. This bottle is going to be your bottle of cool drink, or you could have just pure water if you just want a Sodastream water. So now we fill this with warm water and then attach this like here. Leave it. That's full of your water that you want Sodastreamed, right? This is full of your fermenting mixture. The bubbles of carbon dioxide are going to blow through here into your either water, or if you like your cool drink sparkling, or if you want to turn an ordinary rosé into champagne, well, then you put it in here, and then this you leave for a day or two. Keep your water warm. Maybe you can put it in a warm water bath, this your fermentation bottle. And then as long as this is tight, the carbon dioxide is going to go across here, and it's going to, both of these vessels are going to pump up and are going to be, this one's going to pump this one, and you're going to find that this water is going to be carbonated, and also your fermenting water is going to be carbonated. So I'm going to leave it for a day, and then I'm going to show you how this works. So now we'll have to stop here. I'll fill this with warm water, fill this with cool drink or ordinary tap water that I want to be Sodastreamed, and then we're going to leave it for a day, and I'll show you how it's worked. The only trick here is to make sure that you tighten these really, really, really tight so that there's no air leakage. That is the only thing that you've got to be careful of. And as long as you get them tight enough so that no air leaks, it's going to ferment and produce bubbles in your other bubbler. If necessary, you just grab a pair of pliers and tighten the tube. But as long as it's tight and airtight, it's going to work. And the reason it's going to work is because you'll see these things there's two little rubber rings. There's a rubber ring there, and there's a rubber ring on the inside. So because you're using two of them, each of them has got their own little rubber ring. And those little rubber rings are going to seal the tops. Let's show you how it works. A few hours have passed now, and we are ready to try our carbonated water. So let's go and have a look. So here's our carbonated water. Here is the fermentation flask. This is really hard and pumped. So I put it in a bowl. I'm a little scared to open it. When we open it, we hold the lid and we're going to undo it. So let's undo it. Just listen to that bubbling. That's a violent amount of fizz. Notice that I turn the bottle so that I don't... Look, it's even squirting out. That's some of the fizz from the yeast. Right, now let's try some of this carbonated water. Well, it looks a little murky because some of the yeast, when we opened it, shot across into this bottle. It looks quite fizzy. It's a little harder to see with the it's a little harder to see with some of the yeast water in here, but the proof of the pudding is in the trying. Definitely fizzy. It is definitely soda water. With a bit of yeast, we get our vitamins and minerals too. So, I just want to mention that possibly, a better way to go about this would have been to open this one first. Open the one with the yeast first. Then the pressure will go backwards, and if there's any water in here, it will go back into the yeast. Or, so the thing is, there was so much pressure that when we released it, the foam and the yeast and everything went flying out here, and some of it came into our soda water. So if we'd opened this yeast bottle first, then the only thing that would have gone into here would have been some clear water. And then we could have opened the second bottle, and then no yeast would have gone flying through. But I think we all saw how the yeast went flying out. Just one correction that I had to add for the video. I found it wasn't, there was a leak here and here. So I disassembled it and I put some of this plumber's tape. The plumber's tape must go on the outside of the lid. On the outside of the lid. So, just to take this off, you will see there's some white plumber's tape there, and that is what forms the perfect seal. And also on this side I in fact had to take out the little rubber ring, the black little rubber ring, because it was no longer rubbery at all. It was as hard as rock because these components are very old. So it didn't matter, take it completely out, use some plumber's tape on the outside of the cap, then tighten it together, and you saw what a good seal this now made. And so this is how you can make your own soda water, folks. Cheers.